11 in gems. Like Abyss. What's up, guys? Hit me up with any build questions or anything like that. In the meantime, I'm gonna just be working on my new build. Is there a 50 diff version of the build? Of this build? Yeah, absolutely. You know, the funny thing is, yes, absolutely. This is cheaper to do than like the Thanos build. Some of my builds. If more people are curious, I can kind of explain like what's going on. I'm still like tinkering around with it, but like, yeah, as you can see, the damage is still, we need to work on the damage. But yeah, but it's actually really cheap. My gear is like whatever, like I don't have Mage Blood or Headhunter. I got some like QL things, but honestly this isn't even that good. So yeah, I would say like a few divs per piece. Essentially it's automating like Essence Drain Contagion through unearth minions. So the Unearth has this very interesting line that says that, Contagion has this very interesting line that says that reanimating or detonating a corpse affected by contagion will cause the minion or explosion to spread contagion on hit. So hang on, I gotta make sure that my so contagion will actually, so if we scale contagion to the point where it's doing like a lot of damage, then we can actually spawn these spawn these like spawn these unearths, and that spread contagion. And with my current setup, I'm getting about a 300k damage per second dot. So my contagion is scaled up to 51k on the sheet. And then the whole thing that enables the build is that the contagion that the unearth picks up can actually snapshot. So when you unearth a pack of monsters that have been killed by contagion, it will pick the 4 times more damage one. So my sheet right now is 51k. I times that by 4, and that's 200k, and I have Rage Forge and some other stuff as well. So meaning that I'm probably getting, then I have Withered and Despair and whatnot. So I'm getting close to a 500k damage per second contagion, if that makes sense, when everything is included. So I don't even have Essence Drain. I mean, I could, like, that would, I'm gonna add it in, I just haven't had the time to do so yet, but you can clear maps from just Contagion alone, and the advantage of using minions to spread contagion is, well, you don't have to contagion Essence Drain every pack, right? We just kind of unearth, here and there. And then the other advantage is we can go for like things that hurt us. For example, Event Horizon, 53% increased chaos but lose 3% maximum life. We can go for like lower cast speed because it doesn't really matter because we're not spamming contagion, if that makes sense. We just use it once and then it's good to go. Yo, Kadachi, what's up? So yeah, that's the thing that makes me not want to put out a video on this is the QL is kind of bad. Like, minions are so bad, especially temporary minions. They are so bad in POE 2. So the Gemling, so my original idea was like, I'm gonna do this on Gemling because like they just run really fast and they attack really fast and they spread like basically like a 400k damage per second dot, with these little creatures, but they run so fast and so far that it actually messes, like they actually despawn. Like that's how far and fast that they move, which is like really annoying. So I'm like considering, maybe I'll make the video just to showcase like the interaction because it is really cool. And it is more QOL and more of a walking simulator than Essence Drain Contagion. And we still have like the Flameblast stuff, right? We still have the Flameblast stuff to... Have you tried Wardbound minions? No, I haven't. I've seen the cast on step like Eternal March stuff where Decompose is blowing up your own minions. That was really cool. I tried to do that. My original idea was using the cast on step, like cast on minion death, like blowing up your own minions and instantly reviving them to gain like a ton of energy. And then I wanted to do Despair with Dodra's Undoing to like summon a ton of frogs, because we wouldn't need to worry about mana, right? So if our cast on minion death spawns like a million like Despairs, we don't care because like it costs 0 on Gemling. But the problem is that Dodra's Undoing takes the level of cast on minion death and not Despair, which is really sad. I was really sad about that. So yeah. Is there a build around Warbomb minions? I know that it's like temporary ice minions, right? Like what are people doing something cool with that one? Actually, Flameblast should be on weapon set. Flameblast should be on weapon set too. Yen Carlet, thank you for following. Well, the problem is I really like Unearth, and Unearth, the whole build is centered around spreading minions with Unearth. Sorry, spreading Contagion with Unearth. So instead of needing to like 2-button Essence Drain Contagion every pack, right? We use these little Unearth minions to spread like a very powerful Contagion dot. Making for like pretty much like a walking simulator. I can show you without Delirium, because Delirium is actually, it's been really annoying, because they don't fully like spawn the bodies. I don't know what is going on, but I'll show you what it looks like. So essentially, Contagion has this line here that says that reanimating a corpse, so it has to be like a zombie or Unearth. I don't know if there's any others that actually count as like, you know, spawning from a corpse, but reanimating or detonating a corpse affected by Contagion will cause the minion or explosion to spread Contagion on a hit. So what that actually means is that so your minions can actually be buffed with Contagion. Like they for as long as the Unearthed minion is alive, it will spread Contagion on hit, which looks really cool. Hang on, I want to get an effect. Unearth. I already have it. Delirium Contagion effect, yeah. Okay. So it looks so and then the other part of the build is that it can actually snapshot too. So like my Contagion is doing 50k, right? But Contagion has this line where it says the debuff deals 100% more damage every time it's spread up to 300%. So a 4x more multiplier, right? So my damage is basically 200k. And then I have Rage Forge, everything. So everything that you can, and then I have Sigil of Power. So everything that you can buff Contagion with will snapshot onto like the little Unearthed minions. And then as the Unearthed minions kill bodies that have Contagion, you basically spread one Contagion across the whole map. And you can add in Essence Drain and stuff. I just haven't yet. but like it kind of looks like this. So at the start of the map, you like sigil a power. I mean, I don't know what the most efficient way to do it is, but like I'm using just LE weakness, and then you contagion, and then you unearth, and then these minions have the max contagion, so they are just like melting everything. You see that? She's like these like little little. So yeah, it basically becomes like a walking simulator. Yep. But I'm having trouble like spawning bodies, I guess. And then for bosses, I just okay, I don't even. Yeah, so for you can see how hard the contagion hits. I mean, typically we think about it as just like a, you know, something to spread like essence drain. But I feel like the line of like the 100% more damage, you know, it's a 4 times multiplier. It's pretty strong. So yeah, any minion that first commenter here on Switch just finished Thanos man that built us expensive feel good about us a nice variant. We'll definitely try this. This is a nice yeah, it's expensive. That's just like a pitfall of incendiary shot. It's just like really hard to scale. But the eraser build is a lot easier to scale, I would say. Did you mean trying the eraser, like the perfect strike variant, or did you mean this? I don't know a name for it. Yeah, I was kind of thinking of calling it the Scorpion King. You guys remember that movie? Maybe I'm just aging. Maybe I'm just old. You guys remember that movie? But yeah, this is a lot cheaper. I would say like 50 div you could get this online. And like you wouldn't theoretically, like if you went gray make or you had like a better wand from like a previous build, like you can very easily what am I saying? You can very easily drop the cuz I have level 40 contagion without like expending like most of my without expending, like my wand is like trash. So like if you had a fork, oh, perfect strike jumbling already sold my old gear sword glacial. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I got confused on as to when you said this is a nice variant. I didn't know if you meant the build I'm showcasing now or you're talking about another build. But I'm glad you got it to work. Yeah, it's really expensive. Sadly, hopefully there's more like buffs and stuff to contagion. Not contagion, to incendiary shot, because you know, yeah. So, but yeah, that's kind of the only problem with Delirium. The only reason why I don't want to make a video about it is because Delirium makes it really awkward. Meaning that the monsters, I don't know if it's because they're cursed, because I thought they fixed it, but aren't Delirium monsters supposed to leave bodies? They don't seem to leave bodies for my unearth, or at least can it do expedition? I haven't tried yet, and no, they don't. But I thought I read a patch note that said it did. But yeah, they don't. Yeah, so it's like, at what point is it just like, it's like, so then I have to think about like, because I'll show you a Delirium map. Because typically when you go into a Delirium map, like one of the first monsters is Delirium, right? It could just be not. Yeah, but I like my builds to do everything. It could definitely do ritual. Expedition, I think. I mean, I probably need better gear, but yeah, like, but I like my builds to be able to do everything. Or at least if I'm showcasing something I don't like, you know. But anyways, so essentially it's like you kind of have to fish for like a regular monster. Okay, like all of these. So like then I do my setup. Yeah, so then when I contagion, it takes the most powerful spread. So this is 200% delirium, and I'm just chilling. You see that? Everything just... And we're into the Abyss now. I guess Abyss helps because like Abyss drops bodies. But yeah, I don't even know what's going on. I'm just like looting while while the little dudes are... Yeah, I got 22 fucking... I got 22 STD like crab disease spreader crabs. I got 22 crabs. Yeah, so that's the build kind of. That makes sense. And then so I wanted, so it's just like I'm a little bit bummed because I wanted to do cast on dodge and like automate my unearth and everything, but if you dodge too far you just despawn the unearth. So it's like I've been kind of sad about it. And I tried everything, dude. I tried everything. It just, I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of, the nice thing is it's pretty cheap actually to do. Contagion's pretty easy to scale. It's Eternal Rage, but it's probably not worth it. I just have it for Mystic Rage. Without the amulet, I would say it's like around 50 div. I'm not using Mage Blood or anything. But yeah, it pretty much like the only problem, like it is very like low cortisol, like very chill. But like I'm just sad that I can't zoom with it because theoretically the unearth can zoom, but it's like the leash range of the minions is so low that like it just it makes me sad. But yeah, it's a walking simulator. It's really nice actually. So yeah. Yeah. And I can definitely like push the damage more. Because like I guess eventually or ideally you'd want to go fork, right? You go fork with like a plus however much. I've never played with a fork, so like I don't know, +8 or +9, and then you can drop your prism contagion, right? And you can drop a bunch of points on the tree because 40 is just the highest you can get, so it's like, yeah. No, because we're not casting, we're not igniting. This is pure chaos dot. So so we can't really feel cast on elemental ailment, sadly. Oh. And then I add so when you add essence drain on here, it'll be like basically a triple dot on like single target. So that was 2 dots, and then my yeah, so that was Flameblast plus contagion. Go double cast a no, because cast a minion is based on cast a minion is based off reviving minions. So it'd have to be like, So I did try it. It's like technically possible to automate contagion. Sorry, to automate unearth. It just will be extremely expensive because you basically need. Wait, no, it's not possible at all. Oh, I don't know what I just fell through the earth, I guess. You basically need sorry. First thing is you can't put unearth on Castle Minion, so that's the main problem. But I was kind of thinking about like, if we wanted to make it a walking simulator, right? Just manual cast unearth every like, 20, 30 seconds or whatever. We technically can. And then like essence drain and despair cast an elemental ailment. Sorry, cast a minion death, and then use like decomposed boots to like blow up your own minions to gain a bunch of energy. It's like technically possible. It's just like so expensive because you'll probably need like 10 clerics, and that's like 200 spirit. And then you'd have to go fork and scepter because you probably have to drop your focus for scepter. And then for a scepter, for a radical scepter to have 2 more minions. So you'd have to go fork and scepter and then decompose boots. And then you'll need a bunch of ward. So you'll need to so that you can spam Eternal March to like explode the minions. It just like seems like a lot. I think this is more interesting in the sense that you can get this going for really cheap. Like my gear is like, this is like 1 div maybe. This is like 10C. Is that 10x? This is like a few div. This, I don't even need this increase if this is whatever. Like this is like a few div if you wanted to scale it down. This is like a few div. These are like whatever. They don't even, And then the Eternal Rage thing is like whatever. Like I don't even care about it. You could get a +4 with Spirit for like 10 div. Or +3. This is like 1 div. This is like 1 div. So I think it's more interesting in the sense of like maybe as a rarity stacker. That could be interesting. But yeah. I was like really excited, and then I was like low-key bummed. I was like, damn, like nothing is working. Like I wanted to do cast on step, Dodrace undoing, all of that. It just nothing works, man. So yeah. I hope they increase the minion range. Like I haven't played minions since 0.1, and I know a lot of people were like complaining about it. Yeah, what's up, last protagonist? For Rain of Blades, you can throw it on a weapon with 4 rune slots to get 60. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool that you're trying my suggestion. I tried it myself while leveling the eraser. Hope that was. No, yeah, that was not the case either. I tried it, but then I found some old videos of some people like basically explaining that you can snapshot contagion. If you do that plus something like galvanic, it procs super fast if you have the armor break supports on it as well. That makes sense. But like, what would we do with it? Runeforge blades? You probably need like a full ward setup, but that makes sense though. Could we create a loop? Like Runeforge blade procs Scythe Spear Cultivator called Bleeding Enemies. Yeah. That's cool too. Yeah, Wepti. So I heard it's really good at leveling too, yeah. But basically, my inspiration was like this video. So after your comment, Wupti, which I will credit you if I make a video, I'm just not really sure yet. But after your video, after your comment, I was like doing a bunch of research, and yes, I did test the Chaos Ignite, and I was like, no, it's not capturing. It made me sad. But then I looked at this like video, and I saw this comment. For mapping, I use Contagion plus Unearth with Brutus Brain. I drop Sigil, spend mana, kill one mob, use one despair. Okay, we don't need to do this part because we're gemmling. And then pull mobs in and start the Contagion chain. Once the last mobs in the chain die with fully rammed version, those corpses get unearthed. And the Brutus Brain, yeah, okay. So I don't know if it's a bug because Essence Drain doesn't get picked up. So it might just be intended that it can only spread Contagion. I don't know. But the build is very cheap and strong with just Contagion. Contagion is surprisingly easy to scale because this obviously looks terrible, right? 2000 chaos damage per second. It does. Yeah. It does. It says well, actually, reanimating or detonating a corpse affected by Contagion will cause minions to spread Contagion on hit. So it doesn't say that it spreads anything else, but it does say that Contagion can spread itself, curses, and other. Oh, is there a way to? Can you imagine cursing our own minions? Because is there a way to do that? Is there a way to curse our own minions? You saw that comment too, yeah. So this I actually tried to message him because I was like, I want to credit you plus like pick your brain more, but I don't know why my comment wasn't watching, but yeah, I was quite dubious about it because of, you know, if before you make the build, it's like you look at Contagion, right, and you're like, what the hell? This thing does like no damage, 800 damage. But it's because of this part that I think makes it competitive in 200% delirium. Not even just competitive, like actually very comfortable. Debuffs deal 100%. So this is a 4x more multiplier. So yeah, last protagonist. Thank you for sharing, by the way. The thing I was curious about Armor Break was, can we create a loop with like maybe Runeforge Blades? Because is Runeforge Blades a projectile attack? It is, right? So like theoretically, see, I think this can loop. It can't break armor, but that's where the Rain of Blades helps, right? Because Rain of Blades will break armor, then you put Runeforge Blade in Galvanic. Does that make sense? That was my thought when you were... And the attack damage is pretty good. This is pretty good, guys. So, like... the loop... Yeah, that's true. But it could... It wouldn't make an infinite loop, but it could... I guess what I mean is, like, in a Brutus-led sprinkler way, like, you basically Runeforge Blades will re-trigger Rain of Blades, right? So like theoretically it could spread quite far. So like let's say you kill a minion here, right? And sorry, let's say Runeforge blade breaks armor and Galvanic consumes it, and the blades shoot out to Alva without you, and then no, it couldn't loop, right? Because it would just break armor. You would need like some sort of chain. You need like chain on Galvanic maybe, and then like Alva would break. Yeah, it's not a full loop. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. It can't make Runeforge blade. Yeah, you're right. It's just a combo. Yeah, it's just like a clear combo, I guess. Like a chain, I guess. By the way, I was trying to craft a good two-hander yesterday by buying a decent base and slamming them. I went pretty unlucky and the market is very dry. What mace is that? Oh, you're talking about weapon LA damage? I'm not sure. We can craft you one. Do we want to craft? I mean, since you told me about about my about the interaction anyway. Should we craft one? Not like a complex craft, but like just try and find something in the market that we can slam like prefixes on maybe. We can take a look. You can use it with 2 sprinklers to proc armor break, sprinkler, exploit weakness, rain. Interesting. Two sprinklers to proc armor break. Sprinkler, exploit weakness, rain. Yeah. The thing that makes me hesitant about Brutus is how much ward can you even get on Brutus? But I guess the nice part about Runeforge Blade, the nice part about Brutus is that you could probably get less damage on on Rain of Blades, and if you use Runeforge Blades, because like you just want the hit, you know what I mean? So like, what would you do? Brutus Molten Shower? Sorry, Brutus Molten Blast, right? And then Molten Blast, Rain of Blades, Molten Blast, right? And then Molten Blast, Rain of Blades buff, then Molten Blast, and then the projectile attack. Yeah. Well, honestly, I don't even think it's necessary. I don't personally subscribe to the Iron Will and Helm theory. I think getting more strength for flat is like comparable. Like if you have a Mortar or you run like the Titan Rot. Plus you're hitting so much anyway. It's like you probably hit more than a part of the bigger, yeah. So yeah, Molten Blast, projectile attack, procs Rain of Blades. Yeah, I guess. I mean, is that true though? Because we hit so much more. It's not just about Molten Shower, right? No? Like, our Molten Blast, our Molten Blast is hitting once. Our Molten Blast is hitting once. And then our Rain of Blades is hitting once. And then our Armor Explosion is hitting once. And then theoretically, Runeforged Blades, you know. So like, you're not using Iron Will, but you have like more hits with your added fire damage. It's not just about the shower, right? Like, you're hitting like 3 or 4 times more than a regular Brutus build. And those hits, I mean, these are all attack hits that I assume can be buffed by Brutus. Oh my god, last protagonist, are you gonna make me respec again? But yeah, but what about before you go crazy? Can we make like an auto bomber, like repulsion procs? The ward angle gets rough if you don't use Brastome. If you, yeah, your stats are a bit fucked. Yeah. Do you need that much ward? I mean, is there a world where we throw in concussive runes as well? So like repulsion brink, right? Is there a fire damage contribute to stun? No, right? Because our repulsion will actually hit quite hard because of Brutus. And then like, oh, fire need, okay. Yeah. So it's only, oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, no. It's that Fizz contributes like 40 times more, right? That is the answer, but it's like 300 div. We're trying to make it work. That is true. I mean, at that point, we may as well just go the crazy Herald chain, Herald of Ice, Herald of Thunder stuff, and call it a day. Throw on Snipe or throw on some big skill and just blow out the whole screen. Okay, so like, if we're stacking ward anyway, right? Well, I mean, then it low key. Oh, okay, yeah. The intention of the you can weapon swap with Rain of Blade, so you don't have to waste like ward armor break runes. Yeah. So okay. So uh, repulsion. Yeah. Can you get away with like less than that? Hi, I'm here from the YouTube video. I have a couple of questions if you don't mind. Yeah, no worries. Let me know what your questions are. Um, I think concussive runes is really cool. Like, honestly, This is an attack, right? Does the build work if you have fractured T1? A lot of people are asking that question. Are you talking about T1 armor weapon elemental damage? I would honestly join my Discord and ask that question. I haven't tested with weapon elemental damage. I mean, like, theoretically it should. The best way for you to test that, yeah, at least skills worse than local physical. Yeah, it does, but I think it's okay because that's still like 100-something% fire that we convert. As long as it converts as long as it increases the fire damage, as long as the conversion to chaos is like, wait, no, we're not converting the hit. Yeah, so it should be fine, yeah. I mean, +5 is great. I would take triple fizz or triple fire or fizz and fire with +5 over the LE increase. You're gambling and got those two. I would honestly join Discord, and then there's a guy called Antiport who crafted like an insane bow. Yeah. Wait. He crafted this. So I would I would join my Discord. There's some very smart people there. I would say +5 frac is, if you can somehow fix the prefix, +5 projectiles is crazy good. He's going crit, so that's why he has crit chance too. But this is like an absolutely insane crossbow. Absolutely insane. But yeah. What was your other question? But yeah, I would personally work on the I don't think but yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I And fire damage is technically outside of, fire damage is more efficient. It's 20% more efficient because incendiary converts 80% fizz. So, but we don't mind fizz because we can scale fizz higher up on a weapon. So I kind of all balances out. But triple T1 fire is probably yeah. So SM Annas, I would say Smanas, I would say that I would not value increase elemental. It's usable, like what last protagonist said, but it's not like this or anything. And we also have quite a lot of sources of increased as well. So yeah. Let me know if that's helpful. I personally don't know how to do the prefixes in a very efficient way. So I would direct you to Discord. I want to make your contagion build so bad. Which one? Because I'm working on a new one right now. So yeah. Join my Discord though. I don't know if my friend showed me oh, okay. Yeah, that one is a lot harder to scale. Like, I would be ready for currency. Sorry, I would be ready to spend currency for that one. It's like, here's the way I think about it. Perfect Strike Contagion is way easier to scale because there's a 2,000% innate. The skill has a 2,000% damage multiplier. Like, it's fucking bonkers. Bonk. Literally bonk. But the difference is that well, let me one is just harder to scale than the other. But if both, sorry, here's the way I would put it, all right, guys? Both builds can get to a point where we're, I'm sorry, I don't know why my build thing is not working, but just if you want, are you interested in my new build or when you do exclamation build, or the rest of my builds are on my YouTube and MOBA. This one I'm kind of testing. I'm not really sure if I want to make a video on it yet because it's a little bit janky. But I guess it's the end of the league. We just threw out some ideas and stuff. Anyways, okay. Okay, Perfect Strike versus Incendiary Shot. Okay, let me break it down. Okay. Both builds can reach a point where the ignite is like millions of damage. Perfect Strike can get there easier. But both builds can get to the point where they're doing a lot of damage, right? Like they're like one-shotting or melting everything. Both builds. Absolutely both builds. The difference is that Perfect Strike can do it cheaper. Like a lot cheaper. But Perfect Strike is a melee skill that is always going to be limited by needing to stop and hit. Obviously, we supplement that with Shield Charge, with Blink, whatever, Bone Shatter, whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, you are still stopping to attack, right? Incendiary Shot is much more like a Galvanic Shard, run and gun, whatever, ice shot type. So if I had infinite currency or a lot of currency, I would personally play the crossbow build because we can get to a point where, you know, we're running and gunning. Running and gunning and shotgunning. That's just a very nice feeling. But it's going to take you 1k plus divs to get there. Yeah. Anything that like has to stop an attack, that's like gonna be a natural con. But Perfect Strike, I would say, you know, few hundred divs, you can do everything in the game. So it's like, you know, yeah. The new build, okay. The new build, I think like the new build is basically, I'm gonna do it on non-delirium first just to show you guys. But I did a few delirium maps as well. But it essentially, hey, Heated Chili, you know, I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate everyone hanging out and everything. Like, the other day we had, someone was like, I hope you don't mind if I subscribe. Like on Twitch, I'm like, dude, like I've never in a million years even expected to get paid like $2. Did you do bits? Or I'm sorry, I'm very new to creating content. I don't know. I just saw like a little I don't know. It's a hype train coming follower goal met. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Guys, I didn't mean to subscribe. I was oh my god. Oh my god. I was just saying that the other day I was just saying that this shit is what I would do on like a night after work or like Friday night or whatever. I like looking at people's builds or like trying to cook up some like janky shit. Like I can't believe that, like, you know, that even a little bit of income comes from that. Like, I do this shit for, you know, like, I sorry, it's just okay, whatever. I'll just shut the fuck up. Thank you. Okay, I fear trying the perfect strike one because of the numbers you need on strike to make it perfect. I suppose is quality. Sorry, what do you mean? I'm sorry, phobia user seer. Okay. So the new build, I mean, just to show you guys how it works, okay? I would say, honestly, it's more of like a low to mid budget blaster, because my build here, no mage blood, no headhunter, and this charm is like actually useless. Like less than 50 div. And like I'm being ridiculous with this amulet. This is like not needed. I was basically like, I'll go mystical rage and 30 rage is 60% increased damage. It is not worth it. Oh, yes, phobia seer. So wait, what is this? Hype one level 1 record. Alright. Oh, I can give a sub? Alright, wait, hang on. Let me do that. 1 second. Should I get... Oh, that's a hard question, fat boy. I would say Mage Blood. I would... If you can already hit your perfect strike, I would say Mage Blood. Okay, Phobia Seer. I was just saying that perfect strike needs a good amount of quality. It doesn't need min-max quality to be able to hit the perfect timing every time. Because the alt quality of perfect strike is more attack speed. So quality is going to be the main way we get enough attack speed on perfect strike to be able to perfect strike every time so you don't have to time it. But this leads into my comment with Fat Boy that if you can hit your perfect timing already, that 5% quality is significantly less valuable, right? Whereas in Incendiary Shot, we want to quality max because quality is our damage. We get more fragments. So that's also why it becomes more expensive. Okay. The new build, I would say it's more of a budget blaster. I would say like 20, 30 div all in. You can like do 200 delirium. And it's very comfortable. So I don't know what map I chose. Oh wait, let me give the sub first. I give myself a sub. I'm gonna give my sub to Last Protagonist. Because he's making me want to respec back into Brutus Lead Sprinkler. Yes. 2K divs is more... No, not my fault. That's great. Payment method. Wait, you guys can't see my payment methods, right? Link to Twitch. I would honestly... My argument would be that, like, you hit way more, so you need less strength. You know what I mean? Oh, wait, I gave it to the wrong... Oh, my fucking God. Okay, wait, hang on. Hang on. Gift to specific viewer. Last... No. It's not no worries. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. Okay. Yeah, it is flashy. Phobia, I would say 2K divs is more than enough. I would join my Discord so you can get like feedback. Yes, the IC. What I mean is that you have. What I mean is that it's not just the ICD, right? It's also that every hit that you do is gonna hit hard because of the added fire damage. Meaning, like, if you manage to somehow fit Concussive Runes, Rain of Blades, Runeforge Blades, all as triggers, Could be interesting. Could be interesting, guys. I don't know where I put my map, guys. Oh. Okay, it's fine. All right. I'll show you guys the build real quick, and then we can get back to questions. So essentially, it's like a walking simulator. There's some QOL problems with it, so that's why I'm considering like not making content about it. But essentially, we're using unearth minions to spread contagion, and contagion is our main damage skill. I have 0 divs. Let's see it. Yeah, I mean, guys, my gear is not good, guys. My gear is not good. All right. See it? I can run a bit, yeah. I'm gonna do one in non-delirium just to show you guys the interaction. So it's all about buffing up your contagion, because when an enemy dies with contagion, they die with the strongest version of contagion. So contagion has this very underrated line that says debuffs deal 100% more damage so this is 4 times more damage if it spreads 4 times. So meaning that you can actually, so although it typically hits like a wet noodle, right? I've scaled my contagion up to 51k, and then I'm timesing that by 4, so we're at 200k. Then we're using Sigil of Power, which is times 4, so it's like 60% more damage. And then we're using Rage Force, so like our true dot damage without any debuffs or despair walking around is like 300k, and like with all the debuffs it's probably like 400k. What's the focus? It's just ESM plus 2. But I hit level 40 very easily. So like if I had a fork, or like Legacy of Life Spray. So anyways, so basically when you go into a map, you want to like gather a bunch of mobs, and then basically start like, you only have to do this once in the map. Okay, so once you have 4 Sigil of Power, right? Then you Contagion. And then you Unearth. And now all these minions have the Contagion buff. You see this? So they all have this like 300 to 400k damage over time. And I would say I'm casting Contagion like once every like maybe 30 seconds. Damage as extra doesn't work on Contagion. But for Essence Drain, absolutely, because Essence Drain builds like the skill hit as well. We could probably go even faster. So yeah. The main QOL problem is that Unearth minions are moving so fast that they actually die out of range. But how beautiful does the the like the dark like scorpion vibe? Wow, so I came at the right time. Yeah. Well, Adam, I think it's not gonna. We're trying to scale Contagion, so it's like it's not gonna hit as hard as like a Perfect Strike, but we have Flameblast to supplement it, and theoretically we'll do like a weapon set too. I haven't done it yet. Oh, but yeah. I guess one of the limitations is the boss is like moving very fast. But yeah, so yeah, this is budget. So this is like whatever. This is like My wand is like 1 div. My helm is like 5 div. I'm being ridiculous with this amulet. I'm gonna remove this. This shit is so bad. I was like, ooh, Eternal Rage. Like, maybe if I could get this on a Mega, it would be better. But it's 4 points for 60% increase. Like, it's not worth it. So, I would say Amulet with +4 in Spirit, which you might not even need Spirit. Like, maybe 10 div. This is like 1 div. This is like 10x. This is like, what, 5 div? So I guess all in, like, maybe 20 div, including like gems and stuff. The main reason why I'm hesitant about wanting to include this is like there's a bit of a curve to like understanding where the like how the minions, if you equip, can you activate aura? Yes, you can, but it will go down to the lowest level, so level 14. For Eternal Rage, I don't really care because, like, yeah, it will de-level. It will de-level. So, like, we can even get to a point where we don't even need Sigil of Power. Like, if I had a fork and I had, like, better improvements to the build, like, I could just Contagion. Like this. Right? And then Unearth. So, we're clearing all the pits. Really chill. Just walk around. And the nice thing about this build is before you go buying like prisms for this, the prism is actually not BIS. Because we can reach level 40 so easily that if we have a fork or we have like life sprig plus wand, we actually don't need the prism. Which is a good thing, because then we can go Giga Jewels. So that's the nice thing about this build. So yeah, I would say I'm unearthing like every minute or so. So it's definitely possible you could do a whole map without unearthing once. Can I do this on ritual? You can technically do it on any class. And Gemling might not even be the best to do it on. You get great curse magnitudes and whatnot, and unearth moves very fast. But you could do this on any class. Like Lich, obviously, with some of like the non-channeling spell stuff, because we're snapshotting Contagion, right? Please release this. You guys like it? Well, let me show you guys who. Well, you can stack. Well, Gemling gets increased attack speed. I fucking liked it a lot. Okay. Dude, I was honestly low-key sad because I wanted to automate everything. I was like, my initial idea was I'm going to cast on dodge, and like it's going to essence drain, and it's going to despair, and I'm going to summon frogs while my fucking scorpions are running around everywhere. But for some reason, GGG made it so that if you move too far from minions, they will despawn. So, and we can't use the weapon set trick because these are temporary minions. So I'll give you divines to go make it better, make it go better. Last protagonist. So yes, Gemling has easier access to quality. So I can get very high movement speed, but you could get it on the tree. It's not an alt quality. So let's say if you were to run Darkness and Throne with Fox Idol, it would still work. Right? Like you wouldn't get as much. Gemling gets innate 6 quality. The more attack speed is nice. It makes it it makes them. No, but I mean you're right in the sense that Unearth feels really good on Gemling. Because like they attack so fast and they only need 1 hit to melt everything. So they just go crazy. If GGG, oh my god, I'm praying to God, if GGG could fix the minion range, they would run in 12. Yeah, exactly. So stuff like that. But Gemling does have its advantages. +2 is undeniably good for this build. It's one of the best ways we scale, right? So +2. Well, I would say Gemling can get to 40 on a budget, right? You don't need fork. Yeah, the contagion chain. Yeah, exactly. You could AFK while they clear the map if they fix that. Exactly. Or they just increase the range, dude. Like, it's so short. But advanced thaumaturgy. Oh, sorry. The last thing that Gemling is good for is Flameblast. I haven't scaled this properly yet. I need to like do weapon sets, but we get access to like an absolute boss melter, right? We're right there with Black Flame Covenant, right? So we already scale like chaos damage. So this can theoretically do like millions of damage, right? So that's the other part of Gemling. But that's not to say that other classes, you could use Incinerate. You could use a lot of different things. You could do Essence Drain with like the Totem. Definitely like a lot of things you can do. You don't have to do Flame Blast. Gemling just has an easy, lazy way to do it. Yeah, question, yes. This build definitely has less damage. There's only so much we can scale Contagion. Would Animus Splinter have its own set? You're talking about Animus Splinter, Oh. Well, it cannot perform skills that summon minions, so... Are you bored of the bog? No, not at all, FanFan. I'm just working on different builds. I do want to... I have footage recorded for a shield charge update. So I'm not bored. I just like to make different... I guess... Me personally, I'm not bored of it. I'm not bored of all the builds I put out. I'm sorry if there's Ariana Grande stuff, by the way. It's because my wife makes content about Ariana Grande, and I watch it to support her. So now my feed is like, oh my god, Ariana Grande in Paris. Oh my god, Ariana Grande uses a loop machine. Oh my god, Ariana Grande winging it. So yeah, this is her channel. Well, she doesn't just make content about Ariana Grande. That just sounds like she's like a crazy Ariana Grande fan, but she's been making content about the new album. She does like other things too. Yeah. Shout out to my wife for marrying me. Sorry. 2 sets of Contagion is very interesting. Last protagonist. I don't know how we would test that. I guess what we could do is like somehow, if we could like, why is my second channel true? Aria Grande build when? What would that be? Would that be like a singing build? Like a shout build? Okay. War Cry. I gotta get her in there. You could Contagion a random mob with no... Yeah, I was about to say, that's probably like the only way to do it. We can test it in a bit. Okay, do you guys want to see the performance in 200% Delirium with like 50 div-ish? You guys want to see that or no? No, it's not. Okay, you guys want to see it? Okay. For you guys who are like considering making this build, I would say that it's definitely the weakest damage-wise. Well, sorry. Damage cap-wise, it's the weakest. But you can get to 200% delirium clearing level very easily. Okay, yeah, 200%. Okay, yeah. The only thing that made me sad about this build is like I guess we don't I'm like avoiding chilled ground like I'm playing perfect strike. Oh, you could do it. You could do it on 10 diff for sure. Very like easily scalable up and down. I think I have some in the expedition area. Let me see. Oh, I do. Okay. Okay. What do you guys want to do? Like Abyss? Why my floor and lava can't use the elemental curse? It can. It can use elemental weakness. They're saying that my wife is here and they're saying that your channel is secretly my second channel because I was like, oh, because people send me videos to watch or whatever, right? And then I'm like, I'm sorry, my feed has a bunch of Ariana Grande.
Did you tell them you've been doing market research? It's okay.
Market research on what?
You've been doing market research for me. You've been looking at.
I have kind of. But then they keep saying like, oh yeah, sure, your wife's channel, yeah, sure, that's why you have Ariana Grande stuff. What is this? XQC has a girlfriend?
He doesn't want to admit that Positions goes platinum in our house. It's an album by her.
Okay, that's enough. Join the chat, Kim. Join the chat. Join the chat. I'll gift you a sub.
I think I already am subbed.
Join the chat. Okay, yes, you can do blue gems for chill immune for sure. Okay, I'll just show you guys what it looks like. Okay, we're doing triple abyss. All right. So the awkward part about delirium is that they don't spawn bodies. So I kind of need to like make a. I kind of need to like grab a bigger group here. Something like this. You see all these like malice and whatever, they don't spawn bodies, which is like really annoying. Hang on. Okay, that didn't count. We're still learning, okay? All right, hang on. So there's a bit of setup to it. I can do it more smooth once I Oh, okay, here we go, bluffer. Okay, let me redeem myself. Let me redeem myself. You cooked that building. Yeah, Wolfpack like Amanamu, that's definitely like a really good option. All right. Because I have 60 spirit left, so I definitely could. Okay, so you basically, what you want to do is Sigil of Power. Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, Sigil of Power. I don't know why my brain is just not working right now. Okay, Sigil of Power. Then you get 4 stages. Without dying, ideally. Okay, 4 stages. And then we Contagion. And then we Unearth. And then now we're good. And now we're melting. I also don't have Convalescence. Which is a little bit awkward. But yeah, this is the performance in 200 Delhi. Everything melts. I'm sorry about that. So that's the reason why I've been kind of not really thinking about. I've been thinking about like not releasing it because it is a little bit clunky. Like you have to admit that. It is a little bit clunky. No. No, I should though. So once it's going, it gets going. You can see these little fucking dudes. No mage blood, by the way. No mage blood. No headhunter. We're about to enter the abyss. My gear is like 50 div. Ignore my amulet. It's so bad. It's actually a waste of time. Yeah, ignore my amulet. Oh, my loop broke. Oh no, it didn't. Hey Raiden. What streamer are you doing something Flameblast? I'm working on a Contagion Unearth build. So this is what it looks like right now. Basically, Contagion has a very interesting line that says that minions that are spawned can spread contagion. So we scale contagion damage, and then these little unearthed minions spawn. You see, my contagion is messed up. I think it's not doing as much damage as I wanted to do. But yeah, anyways. So yeah. Okay, all right. Super late for me. I need to go. Bill looks like good luck with the rest. Thank you. Yeah, there's a little bit of a curve to it. Well, the thing is when the minions kill a minion with contagion, it's Yo, that's how Savage Granddad. When the minion kills when the contagion minion kills a monster, the monster will leave behind a contagion too. So it's okay to spam. But yes, you shouldn't spam. I'm just like kind of a nervous player, if that makes sense. So I was like, oh, I don't want to like lose all my unearth. Because basically, well, yes, Raiden, but the thing is, yeah. I agree, but the thing is, you lose your unearthed minions very quickly, like very, very quickly, because they go out of range. No, it's a range thing. Here, I'll show you. If I try and move fast, I lose them. Yeah, when they go out of range, they despawn. It's like a POE 2 thing. I don't know why they don't come back to you, but they full on despawn. Are you able to use cast on minion def to automate? Are you able to use cast on minion def to automate unearth? No, you can't put unearth onto cast on minion def. But Raiden is right. Raiden, you're right in the sense that you shouldn't unearth as much as I was. Definitely. That's definitely true. Yes, you can. You can command them. Yes. I have it on mouse button 4. So there are solutions to it, but it was not the walking. You know, you can think about how I imagined it, right? Like, yeah, if only a convocation, yeah. Or like last epoch, like summon minions on like teleport or a movement skill. Oh, that would be so sick. But yeah, that's what 200 and Wupti, I haven't forgotten yet. I'm just getting through the questions about this build first, if you don't mind. But yeah, that's what it kind of looks like. I'm gonna path to more delirium nodes. Show you guys if you guys are still curious of the build. There is a bit of setup, you know. So, but when it works, it feels really good. I don't really want to use the city stuff. I guess it's fine. Oh. Yeah, I agree, Raiden. On your eraser build, does two-handed setup and one-handed mace setup means two-handed setup is more damage, but you're gonna need to get 300 something strength and use Giant's Blood, and you're gonna need a pretty specific mace. Yeah, so they can actually run off screen. So I'm gonna summon some right now. And then, okay, I have 17, and you can see I start to lose them. All right, 16, 15. It's not that bad. Like, especially if you run with your minions, it's not that bad. Because you always have, like, a core group that's, like, following you. If that makes sense. But, like, it does mean that every few packs I have to... Yeah. It's not too bad. And... No, they are. They are purple. Look, they are. They're all spreading it. Like, look, when I spawn them, they spawn contagion ones. You see that? We can track them. They all have, as long as they hit an enemy and the enemy dies, they will have the contagion debuff, which then I can summon more contagion unearths, if that makes sense. But yeah, you can make them move too, like if you hold down like minion move, it's unearth contagion. So basically using unearth to spread like a very powerful contagion. If that makes sense. So you can see these dark ones. Okay, well they just died. But yeah, so essentially we're using like a bunch of buffs to like buff up our contagion. And then so like right here I have 4 stacks of sigil power, and then I'm able to unearth, and these like darker unearths have contagion on them, and I'm scaling contagion damage. So as you can see, each one of these little guys are going around and like spreading like like a 300k dot, if that makes sense. But yeah, as long as a minion hits them and they die to contagion, their bodies will have the contagion stuff on them. You see that? That like blackish thing? And then that's how you can summon more like contagion unearths. Just woke up to all savages. Dude, honestly, my brother-in-law has kids right now, and like I don't know what they would do without like grandparents. Like, oh my god, it's so like you guys are so helpful. So yeah. And then you can the other problem is that I don't always have my strong contagion. I think it's because Gemling spawns like multiple contagions. I don't know if there's a way to like limit a projectile, because I love the AoE on contagion, but I do not love the multiple project, because the intention is for one contagion to spread through 4 times, right? 400% damage, and then use that contagion. But the Gemling contagion targets, I don't know if this is messing it up, but yeah, it is a little bit clunky. Do you think Wolf from Pounce? No, it can't. It has to be contagion reads that it has to be reanimating or detonating a corpse affected by contagion will cause the minion. So it has to be from a corpse. So it's your options are unearth. Oh, nice. Your options are unearth and yeah, and zombies, exactly. Zombies are too slow. I would love to use zombies. I think that would be but empowered zombies are actually pretty fast. Yeah, you see the deliriums? They don't create bodies, which is like so annoying. And then I'm still working on the other half of the build, but essentially I want to like weapon swap Flameblast for a bunch of like Ignite Mag. But yeah. But yeah, so Ignite Mag and a bunch of Ignite Duration. And then I also need like Convalescence, so it's definitely a lot of things I'm missing right now. Abomination Permanent, yeah, that'd be cool. I tried to do it with like, you know, the staff, the Unborn Lich staff. I tried to like, because I have a mixed feeling about this setup. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm like debating not the only saving grace about this build is that it's really cheap. Like look at my gear. It's really cheap. So I think this might be one of the cheapest ways to like enter 200% Delirium. That's the only like pro. My gear is really cheap. Like my one is like 1 div. Or a few div maybe. I have no Mage Blood, no Headhunter. Yes, I think so. I was gonna play the Hardcore League if I got accepted with this. I don't know if I did, but yeah. plus 10 div. I don't think so. Maybe, I guess. Like, it's not really like any gear that's special. The main bossing DPS comes from Ignite, yeah. From Flameblast. But that's because I'm gemling. If you're a Lich, you could go like... Because I'm not using Essence Drain, right? So theoretically, you could triple dot, right? So Contagion does like... is like a 300 to 500k dot. And then Essence Drain, I would assume, is similar. And then you use the totem, the effigy totem. And that would get you to like probably like a mil. On Gemling, you could add in Flame Blast for an extra, you know, the single target on Gemling, like, you know, it's kind of a crutch, but like, yeah, being able to layer damage over time. So like your minions would spread contagion, right? Onto the boss. And then you would Essence Drain and then you would Flame Blast for the triple dot. An automated Hex Blast setup. But I've never played with Hex Blast in PoE 1 or PoE 2, but doesn't the duration need to be low? Like, it needs to be like half duration or something, right? Oh. Oh, interesting. More critical hit chance? See, oh, this part. Can only detonate curses for which at least half the duration has expired. This bricks it for most builds, no? Like, this is so stupid. I hate this. Goes crazy with... Would it work with Dodgers and doing for instant hex? The problem is it needs to... Yeah, you need low duration, right? Because it would not work unless you have this. I mean, we can... is there like a curse ascendancy? Like a curse... Something that would... How... What is happening here? Oh, repulsion's a curse. What the fuck? I'm so stupid. Okay, so... Repulsion... Yeah, it makes curse ground, right? Yeah. Each curse ground. Dodgers makes curses instant. I don't know. I Oh, that's a cool spot for a 9 hit. I didn't know that existed. Cast on block Hex Blast. Concussive runes. Okay, this is not like a real. Wait, what? Oh, wait. Vulnerability. A Mage Blood version of Flameblast. I mean, I have to make other videos, but I would say you would just put the Mage Blood on, and you should be good to go. It's planning to try a Gemling and a hardcore SSF. Do you have any build suggestions? Honestly, I think Flame Blast Oil Grenade is very strong SSF. Just don't do the tornadoes. I had a few comments on my Reddit. Maybe I can find it. But like there's a bunch of people who play hardcore SSF and they commented on my videos saying like yeah, like on my Reddit post, there's a bunch of people saying like made it to hardcore on HC with Flame Blast. Been playing it for 2 weeks. There's another one too. Hang on. Here. Played this build to 95 and cleared everything on HC. I play a life stacking version of Cams. I would. What's the new build idea? I'll show you in a bit. Yeah, exactly. So I would say, but this combo is very strong. He has like almost 50k EHP. Yeah, I can link it to you. It's just a comment on my Reddit. I haven't like fully validated it, but it makes sense. Your Zoph's blood makes a lot of sense. We don't really need like that much spell levels, right? So we go like big, increase maximum health, fire resistance, and enemies in your presence have minus 25, and then we go Kims, right? Because we technically don't need spirit if we self cast, right? You just remove the tornado. The main draw of Flame Blast is that you don't need any gear. You can take any old, whatever plus spells, right? Build doesn't work this patch. Shock conduction doesn't work anymore. This video doesn't work.
This is one of the craziest Chaos Demon form builds that you can play in Path of Exile 2 0.5. This new version is all about...
Let's see. Well, it does damage. What the fuck? Abyssal Lich. Yeah, I mean, his comment says it's a lot harder than it looks to move around the map. It looks like no one has done anything with Hex Blast this, or no content with Hex Blast yet. Wait, Raiden, sorry. Who would curse and apply ailment at the same time and then auto Hex Blast with cast on ailment? Yeah, Kate's stolen my content before, like literally my footage, which is crazy. I don't care if people make... Oh, servers down. Okay, well. They keep killing Hex Blast, yeah. Um... I mean, this is just cast on critical, right? Yeah, it would be cool. The half duration just kills it. Does it work with Blasphemy? It's just a frog build, no. Oh, maybe not actually. Curse duration. Year 13 asking. I know, I gotta get on it. I'm sorry. Next one, Friday. That's my wife used to stream. She had like hydration, she had like British accent, a bunch of stuff. She was always telling me to like improve my stream. I think this is a frog build, no? I love Hexblast and POE 1 though. I guess, how long is the maintenance down for? I guess I'm gonna start my Project Zombard run again. And then I'm gonna play for a little. Does anyone need like build review? 10 minutes? Oh, okay. Oh, there's an update? Okay. Significantly improves. Oh, it's just performance. Game is back up. But yeah, maybe I'll release a video on it on this build just to like
Can I help? Let's see if there are any takers.
just to show the interaction. It is a really cool interaction. It's like, sadly, it's just like hamstringed by the minion range. Wait. Okay, I'll show you. I'll show you again, Raiden, or who anyone who's interested in like the build I'm testing. I mean, I had a few people say like it is interesting just because of how cheap the gear is, but I really just don't think it scales that well. Yeah. So here, I'll show you. I keep like instinctually avoiding kill. How much is this? Whatever, I don't care.
I'll do what I can to sell it for you.
Yeah, Forex. Detonate dead on cast on ailment. Are you talking about in Eraser? I did get a comment saying it slaps, like low level detonate dead. Because I guess it converts, like all quality converts everything to fire. So, I mean, theoretically, it sounds really, really freaking good. Just another way to like explode stuff. Okay, whatever. I'll just use one of these map attempted maps. Okay. Yeah, I got a comment like a while back saying, like, not a while back, like yesterday, saying like it slaps. So I would try it if you guys are playing Eraser or Thanos. It makes sense because we're exploding based on a percentage of life, right? So that's another ignite we can create to chain as well. It's just I'd be worried about the mana. Okay. Yeah, I missed it. I missed it by a week, Savage Granddad, so I just didn't play. I felt a lot of FOMO. I mean, Raiden's been playing, a lot of people in my community have been playing. Okay. So the concept of this build is that we're scaling contagion as high as possible. And the reason why we're doing that... Oh, my gem is level 20. Yeah, okay. So the reason why we're doing that is because on Earth can carry contagion. So the minions will actually be buffed with a contagion buff. They actually look different. Yeah, to explode, yeah. Oh, eggs and steak. Oh, by the way, eggs and steak, my absolute favorite. Incredible combination, by the way. And I'm glad you're having fun with Glacial Bolt. Yeah, it's very powerful. I would give anything to go back to the experience of like experiencing Glacial Bolt once you put it together, even on a budget, and just being like, what the hell is this? It's like, what did I just stumble upon? Okay, let me explain a new build real quick. So I won't even call it a build. It's just like an interaction that we're exploring. I might not make content out of it. So Contagion and on Earth have a very special interaction. So Contagion reads that reanimating or detonating a corpse, so raising a minion from a corpse affected by Contagion will cause the minion or explosion to spread Contagion on hit. So we can make like 10 plus 20. We can make like how long does it last for? We can make 43. I truly hate it, and I'm playing around it. Yeah. You could remove Trinity. I mean, it's strong enough for sure. You could go like Verglas maybe. On Earth, and if you're crit, you don't need to. Anyway, we can set up the minion dying and resurrecting tech, but without the drawback of losing that contagion snapshot. Are you talking about Corpse Wade? Oh, in your build, oh yeah. Are you talking about... Well, your build has so much damage season, so it's like, whatever. You're talking about the Corpse Wade Eternal March thing, right? We can't automate on Earth on that because we can't slot on Earth into cast on minion death. But the upside is that we have... On Earth lasts for 43 seconds. So technically, if we don't move too far from our on Earth, we can carry Contagion on hit for almost a minute. So it basically creates like a walking simulator. So Contagion, okay, 51k doesn't look like a lot, right? But the thing is, Contagion has this line that says 100% more damage for each time it has spread, up to 300%. So this is a 4 times multiplier, more damage multiplier. So 51k times 4 is 200k. And then we're using Rage Forge, which I'm going to remove soon, but for something else. But 30% more damage, 35% more damage here. And then we're using Sigil of Power, which snapshots, and that's another 60%. So all in all, without any debuffs or anything, our Contagion is doing close to like 350, 400k. And then we're running like Max Stack Wither and Despair. So that's the idea. Basically, using Contagion to clear a whole map without ever casting Contagion. and maybe just unearthing once or twice. So it looks like this. There's a bit of setup that you have to do. So you have to kind of like and then we contagion, and then we unearth. Yeah, there you go. And then at this point, you can see that these little crazy fuckers are spreading contagion on hit. I don't have convalescence, which I need to fix, but yeah. You see that? You go where the unearth minions please. You're basically a dog walker. Because, like, if you move the opposite direction from the hive mind, they will despawn. You see, I'm starting to despawn some minions now. You can command them, technically, but it's been really chill just walking around. You just, like, if you lose a bunch of minions, you can just unearth. Yeah, so you can command them over here. But yeah. The main draw of this build, I think, is it can just be done on a very cheap budget. So like my wand is like 1 div. Like I'm not using a fork or anything. Like I'm not using Mage Blood or Headhunter. Like I'm literally just... Contagion is surprisingly easy to scale on a budget. Although the top end is not going to be anywhere close to like a Flameblast build. But we have Flameblast in this build as well. So yeah. So that's the main idea. Bro, just yeah. So that, I mean, this is also not 200% delirium. And then yeah, so that's the main like interaction. The build would be a lot better if I didn't constantly despawn. It could be a true like walking simulator, but I have to unearth like a few times in the map, basically. So yeah, that's the build. Where did I spawn my delirium? Okay, right here. Yeah, so I can show you guys in delirium maps. It's not 200% delirium yet. I need to like build it up. But the annoying thing about delirium is that yeah, it doesn't spawn. But I'm always gonna be honest with you guys about like you know, like how good I think the build is, right? I think the interaction is very interesting, right? But like yeah, you know, it's a little bit clunky. So you just set it up. You're basically looking for the strongest contagion possible, and then the rest. Okay, well, the rest will do the work. Yeah. The rest of it will flow together, if that makes sense. So at its best, it can really look like a walking simulator. That's like really, really fun, right? But you can see I just lost all my minions. You see that? Just because I went the wrong way. I hate that so much. Yeah, cheap and unique, yeah. I hate that so much, dude. I mean, like, part of the solution is probably, like, just removing Darkness Enthroned. And, like, maybe I would get to a point where, like I guess the counterpoint is, like, this is just not that good on Gemling besides, like, Flameblast, right? Obviously, Flameblast, like, carries it. But, like, if we... Like, let's say I'm gonna lose 9% quality on my Unearth. And then, like, let's see if it, like, holy build. Yeah. So, yeah. But I just... That's part of the clunkiness, right? I just lost all my minions, right? So... But I think, actually, they're moving a little bit too fast. So I think I need to tinker with it a little bit more. But I think we can get to a point where it's, like, pretty manageable. So, like, I'm gonna do the combo again, the setup again. Sigil of Power. Then you just spend a bunch of mana. Okay. Mana spent. And then Contagion. And then Unearth. There you go. Yeah, I think Darkness Enthroned might be the issue. They're literally, like, moving too fast. That is so okay, this feels better, no? This feels a little bit better, I think. It's sadly it's like a minion thing. Like, they all do that, and they've done. I thought they would have fixed it by this point, but they all kind of do that. It's just with reviving minions, you can do the tech where you, like, have the minions respawn. Sorry, like, desummon the minions and resummon them. But with non-reviving minions or temporary minions specifically, it really does suck. I think the main draw of the build, yeah, it's really cheap. So, like, I'm not even running a belt right now. Look at me. I don't have a belt right now. But at its best, look at that shit. At its best, it really is, like, so cool. Like, just, like, these little fucking, like, scorpion things, like just spreading this like very satisfying looking like dot. At its best, it really is like so cool. Right? But yeah. I don't know. I mean, a bunch of people said like please release the build, like at least the budget version, which I think that's the main draw of it, right? Like if you're on a budget, like you're like willing to like endure some of the clunkiness, right? Because it costs like nothing to make this. You could probably get a lot of rarity as well, like with like still decent performance, right? So yeah. I had to cheese my Spirit Walker to despawn mini. Yeah. Got so frustrated I switched to Twister. Yeah. Lower bracket boy, that's the... It's been... I haven't played minions since 0.1. And it's still like that. Like, huh? Isn't it just a switch of... a flip of a button? I don't know how to code. But a line of a code in the code base to be like... They just teleport back to you. You know?
These are our supplies. Of course.
But yeah, I don't I don't know what belt to use. I guess I could use like Shavs or what. If you added Essence Drain when you're starting, no, they don't. They only carry Contagion. But theoretically, you could add Essence Drain in, and the Essence Drain would carry because the enemies have Contagion. But you would have to cast it. If we didn't have the really small minion range, my original idea was to go cast on Dodge, Essence Drain, and Unearth. And like automate the whole thing. But because you're breaking the minion leash on like the very far dodge, it's like not possible. So I was like really sad about this because when I first swapped to it looked so promising because I was just doing the core interaction. I'm like, holy crap, these little shits like do a lot of damage, right? But yeah, sadly it's yeah. But yeah, Essence Drain would be a very nice add to it. I'm just like trying to make it a walking simulator, and my Contagion is more than strong enough. Which is kind of crazy, by the way, that Contagion can just do that. Because we don't really... I played Essence... I played my fair share of Essence Drain Contagion throughout POE and POE1 and POE2. You know, I just never really thought that, like... I mean, it all has to do with the snapshotting, right? Because Contagion only gets strong after the last spread, the fourth spread. Because that's 400% more damage. So, like, 50k into times 4, then you're, you know, with, like, the more damage multiplier, so you're getting to 500k damage per second territory. And that's just from one dot, right? So we overlay that with Flameblast, Essence Drain, and then your single target is like insane, right? So that's the main draw of Gemling, or like my thought with Gemling. I also hate leveling, right? So I was like, I'm just gonna level. I'm just gonna do on Gemling and then get an easy like slam dunk in terms of like being able to get like very easy single target. So yeah, that was my